Charles is very nervous.
No,
he keeps looking at me.
Dope. I'm having fun.
We ain't even started yet.
I'm just saying, I just like what's going on.
You can kill me someone balling on my ex. I'm getting money, I ain't responding to your text. I can never let a bitch see me sweat. Fuck a little life, bitch, you know I'm blessed. And I'm still getting money, ain't no changing. When you block me, I take that as entertainment. When I turn up, I know that's gonna make you angry. In my bed, so I'm feeling kinda dangerous. I'm so glad I got my own. Still getting money with the team.
So, can y'all introduce yourselves?
What's up, y'all? Roscoe, co-host of the ChoppedByT.
He's so happy.
It's not a podcast.
I'm Bria, Roscoe's girlfriend.
I want to jump right into it. Let's talk about y'all. How do y'all feel about each other?
You go first.
Me go first, of course. I feel make her have a big ass head. Bria's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Nice.
But yeah, like she gives me a structure, you know. She brings a part out of me that a lot of people can't get.
Deep.
How you feel about me?
Being that we were like best friends first, I feel like we really formed a better bond than most people. You know what I'm saying? Most people just jump into a relationship. We didn't just jump. Well, because for one, I had you on the back burner, but that's a different conversation.
We got a strong foundation.
Yeah, it's very, very strong. I feel very comfortable, and I know he loved the crap out of me. So, yeah.
Feel secure with me?
Very. I don't need reassurance.
Well, let's talk about that. How did y'all first meet?
I think I should tell it because you be lying.
I be lying?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I was with Jazz, and she had posted me on her Snap. We was at school. I was walking in front of her or something. She was just recording me, and she told me that he slid up. And I can't remember exactly what you said, though, or something like that.
Who was that? Jasmine Parks, one of her best friends. She had put Bria on her Snap, and I was like, Jazz, who is that? You ain't never told me about her. I ain't never seen her on, on none of your stuff. And she was like, that's my friend Bria. And I just asked about it. I really didn't say what I wanted per se. Then next thing you know, Bria followed me on Snap.
Nah, I didn't follow you.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Tell your half.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bria followed me on Snap. And then we had like a little back and forth, just talking and shit. And she said she shot her shot at me by commenting on how my dog looked. I don't know how I would know that she's shooting her shot by commenting on my dog.
If a female comment about your dog, they're shooting their shot. Niggas
How?
love their dogs. What do you mean? So like that's getting in. Cause
But I don't think half of the niggas would agree with that.
Okay, whatever.
But yeah, that's how we met. And it kind of just spiraled from there. Then I asked her to come over one day. She came. She was extremely nervous because I lived in the hood on the east side of Jackson. She was extremely nervous. And we just kicked it off, man. I liked her energy. It was dope. Like shit, we talked about a lot, but she put me on the back burner. Put me in the friend zone.
Why though? Why did I put you on the back burner?
I was too honest.
I wouldn't even say you were too honest, but like I knew too much.
I was too honest.
Not really. You felt comfortable telling me.
If I would have lied and said I was looking for a girlfriend, we would have been girlfriend, boyfriend a long time
wouldn't
ago.
have.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right. You lying, but okay.
I'm for real.
What was your first impression of Roscoe, Bria? And same for you, Scoe.
Honestly, if we being completely honest, I just thought he just wanted to get some. If we being completely honest.
Why did you think that?
I mean, it was, 2016? That was my mindset for everything in 2016 when it came to men.
Why would you even hang out with me then?
Who's to say that, I want to have some fun too. But no, that's not the case. But like, I always felt like I needed a companion. So I just went with it.
So you thought, other than you just perceiving it because I'm a man, what did I give off that made you think that I just wanted to fuck?
Nothing. But that was just my mindset.
It's so fucked up.
I know. It's unfortunate. But you had a good vibe. You had a good aura.
Right. I was like, because I was thinking, like, I didn't come at you a certain way. I didn't, press you. I tried to make sure you was extremely comfortable.
The vibe was very natural.
Right.
For sure. Like, I took you to my mama's house the second time we hung out. So, that says a lot right there.
Yeah. You should throw me off with that shit.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because I was thinking we was making progress in the beginning when I was trying to get you.
Yeah.
I was thinking we was making progress because you would do little shit like that. I meet your mama. Or just the way you would be talking in the text messages. I remember showing T. I'm like, bro, like, she fucking with me? He was like, yeah. Like, bro, she fucking with you. I'm like, bro, we try to make it. When I try to, like, link and stuff like that, she be, like, kind of passive. Like, not trying to link and shit no more. So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
But look at us now. I swear I say this all the time. He tell this story like 25-8. And I say the same thing all the time. Look at us now.
I'm still hurt by it, okay?
Oh, goodbye. Whatever.
That's crazy.
What was your reasoning for doing it, Bria?
Putting him on the back burner? Because he had a lot of females. Or he was telling me about all the females he had.
I told you. I didn't tell you about how many females I had.
But
I said, what'd I say? I said, I got a few females I'm dealing with.
But you also weren't emotionally prepared.
I wasn't. But you didn't know that until I told you that.
No, I knew.
How you know?
You wouldn't have told me about all the females. It was kind of like bragging a little bit. Just a little bit.
I wasn't bragging. I was being honest. And it made you be honest. I was being an open book because I thought that what women want was honesty.
But that's why I seen you more as a friend, which was messed up. But because men don't tell the truth like that. You know that.
I get it. I understand.
They gonna say anything to get what they want. But you weren't playing it that way.
What was your reason for being so open, Scoe?
I had just got out of a relationship where I had got my heart broken and stuff like that. So, and I didn't want people to feel that way, how I felt. So I was like, whatever situation I step into, I'm gonna just be completely honest, like about myself. So I was just trying to be an open book, and I had tested it out on a few females. I seen that like it got me a long way with them, like just being honest, like. They put me in I can't say this, when I was extremely honest with them, they dealt with me on their terms though. If I would have lied, I would have been able to manipulate and get things when I wanted and how I wanted it.
Exactly. So that's why you was in the friend zone for a while.
Because I told the truth.
Does that make you feel uncomfortable dealing with a woman on her terms? Or did that make you feel uncomfortable?
It didn't make me uncomfortable. I was impatient at times, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I would just put this mask on and be who they wanted me to be in that moment, I would have got everything I wanted.
You said that to me before.
Right. But because I was honest, I got dealt with, a certain type of way. Which is crazy to me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
But you just said you understood it when I said most men are going to lie to get what they want, and most
I
females
understood that
to.
part. But I'm saying I don't understand why a woman would like go for a person they know he not being honest. Because you just said.
Well, technically, we don't know until later.
Okay.
You disagree. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a woman. You're a man. So I think there'll always kind of be a rebuttal there. You know what I mean?
What do you love most about Roscoe?
I like the way his chin smells.
some weird shit.
Bro, be honest, bro. You know I be all up in the beer, bro. I be all up in it.
That's what you love about me the most?
Probably. No, I'm just kidding. I love how patient he is with me. He's very patient. The most patient person on this earth, if you ask me. Besides my mama. But he number one. For sure. He's so patient with me. He's been patient with me the past, almost 4 years now? With literally everything. From my anxiety to talking about nothing to him hearing the same things over and over and willing to listen over and over like I never told him. He's just very patient. That's really what I do love the most.
It just made me feel great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what's the biggest problem that you all have right now in your relationship, if you had to say?
You want to say or you want me to say? Balance. To me, balance. He work a lot. And that's fine. I want him to make money. But how I see it, we were 2 hours away for 3 years. And I hate to say this because I feel like it's the wrong term, but I kind of get PTSD a little bit from us not seeing each other. Like, we would go months without seeing each other sometimes. And the fact that he get home so late and he be so tired, he don't really want to kick it, which he will stay up and watch a few TV shows with me. But, like, to me, that's not really hanging out. Like, we can do that anytime. But, like, as far as, like, actually sitting down or playing Uno or, like, I don't know, just doing something romantic just together, we don't really do that often. Not as often as I would like. But I know that stems from me still thinking about that, you know, us being 2 hours away. I kind of feel like that's where it's coming from. And we're not anymore, but him working so much kind of feels like it, just a little bit.
And it's the complete opposite with me. Is like, where we just was in a long distance relationship. And now I'm able to come home. I get home most time between 7 and 8. And I may stay up to like 12 or 1 with you. It's like 4 or 5 hours a night. To, you know, we went from not seeing each other for months to, you know, I'm coming home to you every night now. So I be feeling fulfilled. But I guess it's different for you.
Well, it's not every night, so let's not lie. Maybe like 2 to 3 times.
Because you work too.
Correct.
You work night
right,
shift.
night shift. So
you,
it's difficult. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no balance, period. Like, I work nights, you work days. So if I am off, I'm up until 3, 4 in the morning. You sleep by, if I let you go to sleep, you sleep by 10. It's a bit conflicting.
I get it. I understand it. I do feel like I feel like I could be more romantic. I've told you that. Like, that's something I'm working on. I've never been a romantic type. I don't even think I seen my pops really be that romantic with my mama. All I seen was him be the provider, and you know, so that's hard for me. But I'm gonna try my best to work on that. But I do feel like at this time of our life, like we young, both of us, I feel like we should be like grinding and saving money like as much as we can so we can chill. You know, when we like close to like our late 30s and early 40s, so we ain't gotta work that hard. We can just get that out of the way now. You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like the disconnect is future plans versus present plans.
Yeah.
Because Bria, it sounds like because y'all in the past came from a long distance thing, in the present you want to focus on as much togetherness as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But Scoe, you thinking about the future and y'all's future together. So is it safe to say that's where the disconnect comes from?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's definitely where it's at. She thinking about the now. I'm like,
because I don't necessarily, if I'm being completely honest, I don't like to think about the future. It's kind of scary to me. It's very scary. Because things can change. Like, you don't, like, I see a point in planning out the future, but not necessarily. Like, I see a planning it out. Like, it just working itself out type situation.
but you know you can't go through life like that.
Correct.
And like Demo said, I think that's where the disconnect come in, because I'm trying to plan everything with 5 to 10 years from now, And I know if I'm not grinding right now and I don't progress in life, like 4 to 5 years from now, you're gonna get the fuck on.
I doubt it.
You don't believe it,
especially
but
if my mindset isn't like yours. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not to say that I'm not thinking about the future, because I most definitely am, just not as tough as Roscoe is. But I don't think so. I don't.
So you mean to tell me, if, let's just say I was still working at the hospital, right? And I was only making a certain amount of money, and we were just still in an apartment for 5 to 10 years from now, you still will be happy about this situation?
Of course not.
Okay. But if I bust my ass right now and put us in a position where you can get the house you want, the house you and I want, the things we want, you know, provide the lifestyle that we want, period, you're going to be happier. If not, you're going to get the fuck on. That's just life.
And it's fair, but like I said, I just think it's a me thing. Like, I don't even think it has anything to do with you. It's just me still thinking about how we came from being 2 hours away from each other, seeing each other maybe once a month, once every 2 months. Very traumatic to me. And it was for you, too.
It was
But
rough.
I'm still adjusting. I've only been here 4 months. So I think eventually I'll work my way out of, I wouldn't say being selfish, but just being a little selfish.
And I don't think we need to be around each other every day, all day.
Of
anyway.
course not. You get on my nerves, but
The feeling mutual.
that's fine.
You didn't think you got on my nerves?
Of course, I know I get
Okay.
on your nerves. I get
All
on your nerves more than you get on mine, I'm sure.
All right.
Let's talk about your anxiety, Bria.
Spicy.
How does that affect your relationship?
From the beginning or like now?
Both.
In the beginning, it was very hard for him because he honestly thought I was faking the funk just a little bit. He didn't think I was serious about the things that I was feeling. Like, Bria, just calm down. Like, you thinking about it too much. You doing too much. Like, stuff like that. Until he actually seen it with his own eyes. And I remember the exact moment that you saw it with your own eyes. Like, you literally sat me down on the floor. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
You sat me down on the floor and we meditated for like 30 minutes. I was hyperventilating the whole 30 minutes. I think you even laid with me at one point, and we went through a process of calming me down for like an hour, or he was calming me down for like an hour. And then that's kind of when it clicked in his head, like, damn, like, this some real stuff. Like, she not faking. Like, even when everybody else thought it was fake. Like, he was like, oh yeah, this something serious. And like, I had never thought about talking to a therapist, because growing up, you don't really hear about people like us talking to therapists. Like, I had never known anybody talking to a therapist besides my mom, but I just thought it was kind of like a facade, like, whatever. But he actually was the one who kind of made me start, him and my boss at the time, kind of made me, like, jumpstart talking to a therapist, because I was very iffy. Like, this is just another, like, I can just talk to you about my problems. Like, it ain't no point in getting a therapist.
Right.
But once I actually started talking to the therapist and, like, realizing, oh, it's not just about my anxiety, it's about literally everything. Like, where my anxiety comes from and, all of that. But at the beginning, it was very rough. Like, we had times where, like, we were single for, like, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, we were struggling when he didn't understand. But now that he understands, it's the best thing in the world. Like, it's no more you need to calm down. It's more so like, how can I help you calm down? What do you need me to do? Let's do this. Let's do that. Figuring it out with me, and not just, me alone by myself trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I can speak from my perspective. In the beginning, it was more like you said, I thought you was like bullshitting, like, because if people know you, if you know Bria, you know she extra as hell. And I thought you was just being extra, because it didn't trigger, your anxiety wasn't triggered to me until COVID hit. And I thought you was just being extra, Then it went from me thinking you was extra to, okay, I just want you to try to get better. Don't soak in it. That's when, I came to you about like getting the therapist and stuff like that. Just actively try to get better. That's all I wanted you to do, and you did it.
And might I add, he was working in the mental hospital at the time, and like he was making it real life for me. Because if anybody know me, I'm scary as hell. Like I'm super scary. So when he started saying like, Bria, I refuse to see you in one of these hospital beds. Like I cannot take you being in a psychiatric hospital. Like that's how I knew I was like, okay. Like, I legitimately need help before I do get to that point. Because I've always struggled with anxiety, and it has got deep plenty of times. But once COVID hit, it was different. I guess because I'm at a grown age now and I understand more. But, yeah, when COVID hit, it was, like, 10 times different. So when he broke it down to me in that point of view, like, actually being in a hospital bed, and now that I work in a mental hospital, no thanks. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, you can't go out to the deep end like that.
Yeah, that would have been very traumatic for me. So I had to fix it. I still struggle, but I'm way better than what I was.
Yeah. Then it when she ended up moving up here, I feel like it got better, but the anxiety medicine she was taking, it caused a problem in our relationship too. When it came to sex and stuff like that, it was making, I don't know, what was it making you, how was it making you feel? Because I don't want to speak on how it was making you feel.
Nothing.
You know that.
Nothing. I didn't want to be affectionate. Might add birth control does this as well. So
It's
me
both
taking
of 'em.
birth control and my anxiety medicine was like, double homicide.
Yeah.
Like, but I basically felt nothing. Like, it was maybe 1 week out of the month where I actually wanted to be intimate. And that was it. Like, wasn't no spare of the moment type, ooh, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. It was straight up like, we got 1 week.
Yeah.
That's it, that's all.
Yeah, shit. I thought about breaking up with you.
Oh, my God, this is new.
Yeah, I did. I told T.
Terrio.
I did. Because I said, I'm going to cheat. I know me. I'm going to cheat. Like, I'm just being honest and transparent right now. Like,
Did you cheat?
no, I didn't.
Positive.
I'm positive, but I wanted to.
You pinky promise.
I pinky promise.
You know, I don't like when you break pinky promises.
I'm just saying.
Let's pinky promise right now. And if you not telling the truth and you pinky promise me, I swear to God.
What you gonna do? Kill me?
Probably. Oh, anyways. You really was thinking about cheating on me?
Yeah.
We just had this conversation earlier. If you think about it, you damn near do it. So
I mean,
to
we
me,
have
that's
thoughts
cheating.
all the time.
That's cheating.
I've thought about choking T the fuck out.
That's not the same. It's not.
I've thought about.
It's not the same.
It is the same.
It's not the same.
You're making it more personal to you.
But of course, you're talking about like almost cheating on me. That's kind of serious.
We've talked about this. Haven't I said everybody desire to do certain shit? And you agreed.
But like, why wouldn't you tell me though? You know what I mean?
Because you can't. You wouldn't be able to handle. You're in a space where you can handle that information now.
How long
I know
ago
you.
was this?
It's when you were struggling with the shit.
Like when I moved. Oh, excuse me.
when
Moved up here.
When you were struggling with having sex because of your anxiety.
Like when it first started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant when I first got up here. I was just like, niggas wait till I get up here to decide they want to cheat on me. What sense does that make? I'm here now. Anyways.
So why was it easier for you to resist cheating when y'all were in a long distance relationship versus the anxiety medicine messing up her intimacy?
Because it wasn't that long. To me, it seemed long. You know, when you're going through it, it seemed long. But it was like she maybe went through that for about like what I say 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't long.
And like she kind of like she just actively tried. She actively tried to get better, and she did. Like so, everything's straight now. But at first, it was rough on me. I'm like, bro, because I'm thinking like this is something she finna be dealing with for a long time. This is how I'm thinking. I'm like, Roscoe, can you handle this for a long period of time. So that's when I was like, I don't think I can handle this for a long period of time.
And might I add, like, the medicine made me feel nothing. Like, a kiss didn't do nothing. A slap on the butt didn't do nothing.
Right.
Like, I was completely numb
So
to everything, not even sex.
what made you get better? What changed it?
I think because that was kind of new. Like, I feel like that was kind of when I first started taking the medicine. So after it got in my system and I was able to level out with it,
yeah.
I was fine. Okay. And also my birth control. You know, I was also going through switching birth controls back and forth as well. So I feel like that played a huge part on my hormones, including the anxiety medicine.
Yeah.
So once I leveled everything out and figured everything out, I got more in tune with myself again because I was lost for a while. But once I got back in tune with myself, it was the same. I feel like not exactly the same, but
So you just think you was just doing all that at once? It was throwing your balance off.
It was too much for me. Yeah. I shouldn't have been doing all of that at the same time.
Yeah, and when it came to me talking about cheating, I was thinking long term. Like I was thinking like I know I can't physically do this for a long period of time. Like I just know me. I can't do this. And that's what I was talking to you about, you know. And T was like, bro, you know, he was giving you a grace, like, bro, just stick it out with her. Like, it's just a little tough period. Y'all to get through this. Like, and we got through it.
What's one thing that y'all always wanted to ask each other?
Didn't we just play this the other night?
Yeah, we did. What was one thing I always wanted to ask you?
I got a perfect one.
Ask it because I can't think of shit.
How did it feel growing up in a 2-parent household?
I don't think nobody ever asked me that. It's my first time ever getting that question.
Give me my claps, guys. It was great. You know, I always felt that sense of security, you know, like just coming in the house where I got my mom and dad. I'm getting the nurturing side from my mama. I'm getting the discipline side and structure from my father. And if anybody know me, I'm the type of person who needs structure. If I don't, I would spiral out of control. Like, and you know, I never lacked for any type of attention, you know, whether from my father or my mother, you know. From seeing how my dad dealt with my mama when they were at odds with each other. Like, I just know how to carry myself as a man. When certain particular situations come up with us, like I know how to carry myself. I know when to be emotional. I know when not to be emotional. I know when to indulge in certain shit and not to indulge in certain shit. Or I know when to just let you talk, you know, just from watching my folks, you know. So it was great. I can't complain at all. Of course, it had its up and downs. Right,
know, like
right. Nothing's perfect.
My pop struggled with, you know, substance abuse and stuff like that. And even with that, I seen somebody go through something and persevere at the same time. You know, I seen a man at one time, he wrecked his truck or something happened with the truck. He was walking to work to provide for us, you know. So I just seen a man do everything he could do to provide for his family. So it was great. It was great. I guess I could say, well, how was it just growing up with you and your mama in the house? Like, what was some of the pros and cons?
Well, let me start by saying I wouldn't trade it for anything. I feel like it showed me so many things that I needed to know. Just by her losing her mom when she was 15 and having to take that and literally grow up at that moment. Like, straight up grown woman from that point on. And her raising 3 kids by herself.
Yeah.
No help.
Gangster.
No help. Ugh, it showed me so many things. Sometimes I think that she does not know her worth. But, oh, my God, that lady. She is insane. Like, if it was me, like, I try to put myself in her shoes all the time. Not happening.
You don't think you could have did
I'm
it?
jumping off 45
I think you can. I see the strength in you. I see her strength in you. I don't think you know
It's
it, but I see it.
crazy. Like, she works so hard for us. We were struggling and didn't even know we were struggling.
Right.
Like, do you know how amazing that is?
I know because you don't like eating leftovers, and it pisses me off.
Hello? Like, I would never know. Like, it was so crazy. We always had what we needed. Wasn't wanting for nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have never wanted for anything. We've struggled, but I have never wanted for nothing. But of course, I still needed that void filled. My daddy was not there. We know this. But at the same time, I feel like it showed me a few things as well. But I also kind of feel like it messed with me too, because you like to say I got daddy issues.
You do.
Very unfortunate. I don't like when Roscoe yells at me.
I don't never yell at you.
Or just get stern with me.
Okay.
I should have clarified it. Get stern with me. Put a little bit of bass in his voice. I don't like that. I don't know how to handle it because, like I said,
What is it? Too intimidating?
I wouldn't even say it's too intimidating. I'm just not used to it.
I'm not used to that energy. So.
Now let Valerie yell at me. I'ma still cry, but like you know what I'm saying. Like I know where it's coming from. But as far as a man, you know, just putting some bass in his voice while he's talking to me, and you know, getting a little bit more stern, it does bother me a little bit.
Whoa. I guess you answer why, but you do know like, when I do that, it's coming from a place of like just me being like direct,
Trying to make me understand.
and I'm trying to understand you too, because it's me locking in basically. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm giving you all my attention in the moments and trying to understand you, and I don't like it when you be dismissive towards it because it's like I'm trying to understand you and I'm trying to get my point across. So it's like, what if I just started acting like a bitch ass nigga about certain situations? Would that happen? Would you understand me then?
Probably not. I just think I'm a weirdo, you know?
I don't think you're weird. I just think you just grew up without your father.
Which is, I need to add, he is in my life right now.
Right.
But for 17 years, he was not.
Let me ask you this: have y'all had certain situations where he had to be that way with you now, like
Stern?
Yeah, stern and like just direct with you, or
With my anxiety.
okay.
You remember that phone conversation we had?
But you respond to him better though, don't you?
Yeah. Because I know where it's coming from. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But he has a way of talking to me. For him to be very absent all those years, he has a way with talking to me. He didn't necessarily believe me either with my anxiety. He thought it was a hoax. Just like he thinks the vaccine is a hoax. Might not throw that in there. He thought it was a hoax. He was like, Cherie, ain't no way. Are you kidding me right now? Like, anxiety, what? We don't even know how to spell anxiety. Like, we don't even know what that is. Like, toughen up. Like, get it together.
Like every other black person is, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, I knew where his was coming from. He done been through so much in his life. Like, anxiety. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But once he seen it with his own eyes, like you, I just feel like it's a black man thing. I don't know. But once he seen it with his own eyes, like you, he was like, oh, shit, kid. Like, you really fucked
Got
up.
some shit going on.
Yeah, like he said that. Like, you really fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, daddy, I am.
You know, back to me being direct, like you said, you understand where it's coming from when it's with him. But you told me earlier you feel secure with me, so why when I do that you feel a certain type of way?
Because I'm not expecting that from you. You give me love more than you give me anything else. So when that's coming out, when something like that's coming out of your mouth, or like you just being more stern with me, it kind of throw me for a loop because I'm not used to it.
Okay.
I don't get that from you at all. So
Bria, how do you feel about Scoe being nonchalant?
tragic. I hate it. It's terrible. But I did grow up seeing nonchalant or whatever, or seeing people be nonchalant, like Joe, my brother. We know he's very nonchalant. But I never took him serious because he younger than me. So, like, I just thought he was like a teenage boy. Like, oh, this ain't true. Like, there's no such thing as nonchalant until I met Roscoe. And there's very much so a thing called nonchalant. It's tragic, but I'm learning to deal with it. It's nice where he come in. He don't really say too much. I don't get a smack on the butt. I don't get a kiss, none of that. He sit on the couch, scroll on his phone. I talk to him, what's wrong? I'm just tired. Okay. I don't think so. What's wrong? I'm just tired. That's not enough for me. Like, especially when you come in and you don't talk to me. You know me as a person. Like, I need more than that.
But and that's what it, I guess, I don't want to say. I guess where I can say it, fuck it. I really don't be caring because I be feeling like you only care about how I'm making you feel in that moment. It's not about me per se. Like, so it's like, I'm going to handle this shit and I'll be normal tomorrow. Like, this, because I feel like in those moments, you only care about how I was making you feel. You weren't getting what you needed from me at the time. So it's like, what's wrong with you? Like, why you acting different?
But you don't talk to me either. Let's start there. When there's something actually wrong with you, like, I don't really want to say this either, but
say it.
When it's like your daddy being sick, you did not want to talk to me.
Viral infection.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk to me. I kind of figured it out on my own because I know you. I know it was bothering you. But you being the type of person that you are, you brush it off and you try not to think about it. Because if you sit there and ponder on it, you going to make yourself sick. So you just deal with it like it is what it is type of mindset, the nonchalant mindset. But you never told me that it was bothering you. I just knew it was bothering you. That's where I'm coming from. So, like, if you just come in the house and say you tired, I'm going to feel like it's more than you just being tired. Because you don't talk to me like that as far as deep, deep, deep stuff. Like, we just got deep for the first time the other night when we did those questions.
Right.
So,
I mean, when it comes to certain things, as a man, I just feel like, it just me personally, like, I don't talk to people about my problems because people can't help you with your problems.
that's not true because you helped me.
I mean, put it like this. I feel like it was nothing you could say to me in those moments that was going to make me feel any different.
You don't think that could be a problem, though?
And not to me because I'm not lashing out and, like, doing stupid shit. Like, I'm just chilling.
Knowing how I am, you don't think it's going to be a problem?
I feel like you should know how I am. In those times, I just need solitude, and I bounce back. Like, I always been there.
I mean, I will say the next day you were totally fine.
Yeah.
But
like,
it just throws me for a loop.
It goes back to my childhood, when I used to deal with certain things, with my pops and stuff. Like I said, he was on drugs and stuff, and sometimes he was just like, he would be embarrassed when he relapsed, so he wouldn't come home. And, like, my anxiety used to go crazy, and sometimes I used to just, be crying and stuff. And, like, I remember one time I just, like, hyperventilated before I got on the bus and stuff like that. So at a young age, I had to learn, like, to deal with that shit. And I dealt with it just about, like, at that time I had football and stuff. Like, but now as I got old, I figured out, if I can just, distance myself from people and just, get true solitude and deal with the shit. I know this, they say people don't supposed to do this, but I deal with the shit on my own. And, I process it. I understand it. And at this age I am now, when it comes to shit that I can't control, I don't put too much merit into it. I can't control this. Why I'm stressed about this?
You literally say, forget about it. Like,
fuck it. I can't control it.
See, I aspire to be like you one day. We know that is not the case for me.
Right. I just need my solitude and I'll be straight.
What's some sacrifices y'all have made for the relationship?
Want me to go?
Yeah, because I don't know.
I feel like I could be working harder than what I am now.
Those type of things.
Yeah, I feel like I damn near can make goddamn $8,000-$10,000.
So I'm holding you back.
I wouldn't say you holding me back. I just know you need a certain amount of attention from me, and I want you in my life. So I be trying to balance that. But sometimes I just be wanting you to be like, hey, baby, like, go get that money for the next 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the next 6 months, go get that bag. That's what I be wanting from you sometimes. But, you know, I feel like that's going to come with maturity. You just ain't there yet.
I don't think I have any. Do you think I'm
you sacrificed it. You came up here to live with me.
Oh, I didn't.
You left.
Duh.
It was just you and your mama forever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I give you that grace and you know, submit to you sometimes, because you came all the way up here and you just not you only been up here 4 months. So I'm like, I can't put that on her yet, but I do want her to understand that she's gonna have to let me go out here and do my thing as a man. And
I get very homesick.
Right.
Like, my mama is my whole life. Like, my siblings, even though we used to hate each other when we were younger, like, we grew to love each other. Like, Madison called me probably 8 times a day to talk to me. And I just miss being able to walk in her room, or her walking in my room, or Joe banging on my door, getting on my nerves. You know, little stuff like that. Mama asking me to take her to Walmart after I get off work. You know, stuff like that. But I guess that is a sacrifice, huh? I didn't even think about it, honestly.
Let you know how self-aware I am. How much I know you. Okay. I'm amazing.
I give you that, yeah. I give you that one.
But yeah, that was a huge sacrifice. So, but back to my point, you know, my sacrifice is just sometimes just, you know, missing out on the bag sometimes to spend more time with you. And I just want you to come to a point one day you're like, hey, baby, go do your thing.
I feel like once I give or find myself a hobby or something that I actually want to do, yeah, for sure. But I'm still in the process of finding myself. I feel like. Like, I feel like something clicked in my mind like a month ago. And, like, I just kind of hit, like, a new type of grown woman type thing. Like, when I turned 25, I still felt 21 a couple of months ago. But now I feel 25. So I feel like I'm still finding myself a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Just a tad.
You'll get there.
We'll see.
I guess we can end off by y'all just talking about the future. What do y'all feel for the future? What's next? And what do y'all hope to be? We can end up just like that.
Okay.
Right now?
Yeah.
Where my ring at? I'm just playing.
You've been bringing it up a lot.
Have I really?
Yeah.
Maybe a smidge. I just got this fall wedding in my head. You know what I'm saying? Next fall will be here pretty soon. You know, I just got these things in my mind. You know?
I guess.
Don't tell me, though. Obviously, I don't really want to know.
In the future, I do want us to be married. You know, I imagine myself having at least 1 or 2 kids with you. You know, I just imagine us thriving financially. Just building a happy, loving situation. Like, that's what I see it, you know, in the future.
Especially since I've never really got to witness, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that besides going to other people's weddings and stuff like that. I am looking forward to it, honestly, because, like, I couldn't see myself doing it with anybody else, if we're being completely honest.
Really?
Honestly. Like, you know, you try to do different scenarios. Like, you know how you say you try to think of, like, situations like if we break up or something, and, like, you just make yourself cry type situation. I do the same thing. And nobody else is a fit for me.
Nobody's a fit. So you do think about other shit sometimes, right?
All right, this ain't about that. We got off that conversation a whole hour ago.
I'm just saying.
Of course, just like you.
It's just a thought.
Just to see, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's just a thought.
Because sometimes it's like, this can't be real type situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're doing too much. This is supposed to be this is supposed to be a positive conversation.
It is.
No, it's not anymore. This is supposed to be a positive conversation.
That's where I see us in the future, man. I just see us thriving on all cylinders. Like, we just, you know, you finding your purpose, me finding mine, and, you know, we just building life together.
We can hold out on the kids, though. 10 more years, maybe.
Okay, that's fine with me.
I'm so glad I got my own. Still getting money with the